Imagine buying a brand new, multi-million-dollar house. You pack up your things, leave your cramped apartment, and move into an objectively superior space. But for the first few months, the rooms feel entirely alien. Expensive wood and drywall hold no emotional weight on their own. If a contractor arrived to sledgehammer a wall to change the floor plan, you would likely stand back and watch. Without memories attached to the structure, it's just construction material. A physical space transforms into a home through the accumulation of lived experience. It's the memory of the night you smashed the glass on the floorboards that makes the room yours. Consider a torn, tattered teddy bear from your childhood. You would likely fight to keep a stranger from throwing it in the trash, yet you'd barely blink if they walked off with a brand new high-end coffee table. Human attachment is driven by the invisible history embedded within an object, rather than the physical quality of its materials. A nation operates on this exact same psychological hardware. A country begins as a collection of land and law, but shared historical memories transform those materials into a unified society. If shared memories are our only anchor, what happens when an ideological movement deliberately dissolves those ties? Erasing a society's history is the mandatory first step to demoralizing its citizens. You cannot conquer a nation and rewrite it in your own image until you have detached the people from their past. Critics often argue that national history is messy, violent, and filled with deeply uncomfortable truths. Families deal with similar complexities. You remember the time your dad hit his head in the attic and spent the night in the emergency room, or the exact tree branch you fell from when you broke your arm. Those painful memories are permanent fixtures of a home. Surviving the bad times forges a distinct, enduring identity that creates resilience in the people who share those stories. Attempting to sanitize the ugly parts of history or harboring resentment toward them is an act of resenting the very experiences that shaped your identity. Communism targets this psychological need for historical attachment. Mao provided the ultimate proof of concept by systematically attacking the four olds: old ideas, old culture, old customs, and old habits. By framing historical anchors as shameful, an adversary convinces citizens to stand by as statues, street names, and narratives shatter. This campaign seeks absolute demoralization, leaving the citizen feeling entirely detached from the world around them. Once a citizen is completely detached from their society, they view their hijacked country exactly like a sterile new house. Without memories to ground them, they no longer care what the adversary does to the walls. Contrast that destruction with the undeniable outputs of the American experiment in self-governance. A history rooted in rugged independence produced the pioneers who first put humans in the sky. That same spirit developed the telecommunications that eventually connected the globe, and it built the machines that pushed humanity entirely beyond the Earth. These innovations emerged from a radical experiment in self-governance that survived against all odds, creating a foundation strong enough to serve as a primary barrier against global tyranny. Celebrating national history functions as a mandatory defense mechanism against ideological erasure. We see the effects of erasure when national holidays are reduced to generic, meaningless numbers on a calendar, like the 4th. Independence Day exists to unapologetically honor the ancestors who bled to claim this land for the values of freedom. A society survives only if its citizens refuse to be cowards about their past. Protecting your shared memory is the ultimate way to protect your home.